Going on, everyone? I just thought I'd make a quick video talking about an idea that I had in regards to my monthly dividends. So, if you've watched any of my other videos, what I have is mostly a bunch of different ETFs and funds that are pretty much diversified across Canada and the US. I'd say leaning a little bit heavier into the US, but one of these funds that I have is Canoe EIT. This one's been around for quite a long time now. Um, you can see it's got a long track history back into the 90s, and it's paid dividends like it's never missed a dividend. It's probably the most consistent fund as far as like an income style fund, one of the most consistent out there. Um, but having said all that, it's great. It's got a mix of Canadian and American companies, all large cap and blue chip stocks in here. Good diversification, but if you look at the yield, it's under 8%, and it's a little bit better for me. My yield on cost is about almost 9%. But having said all that, it's quite obvious and evident that I'd say this last year, maybe 2 years, but for sure within the last year, we've seen just a massive explosion of income style ETFs, new funds, new strategies. Some of the ones I'm really excited about are C-Day and HHIS. Now there's HHIC from Harvest. Lots of speculation of new ones coming out as well, and the yields kind of just they're like these different funds are like competing with each other. It seems like pushing the yields up, and the yields are going up and up. And I'm not saying I want just the highest yielding funds, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that, for my portfolio that's sitting at an average of 14% yield, I have this one fund that's at about 8%. And, it's pretty stable, it's pretty boring, it doesn't really fluctuate much. And actually, when the stock market's down, it kind of retains its NAV better than a lot of the other ones. But having said that, I don't know in the long run. It's definitely not one that's going to make you rich. I'd say it's a good, stability style fund, but what I'm really thinking of is giving this a haircut or potentially just selling the entire fund. And how I would change my monthly income. So my income now is around 6,300 a month, and if I wanted to boost that up to 7,000, I could easily do that. And here's just an idea. I want to hear from some of you guys in the comments, because I know there's a few of you who watch these videos, and I do appreciate your comments. And yeah, I look at them and they do, mean something to me. So what I'm looking at doing potentially would be cash out of Canoe EIT. I lose 425 a month. That's what the Canoe pays me each month. I'd allocate 30 towards C Day, and then 15 to HHIS, 15 to HDiv, and that would bring my income to 980 and my new monthly income to 6855 roughly. These are all rough numbers based on kind of the current NAVs of these. Also, I'd have another 5,000 in there that I'd probably just spread around. But I'd be very close to 7,000 by then, and this probably, if I were to do this, I wouldn't do it until next year. So I think it would push me over the 7,000 mark. But of course, I'd be leaving and losing Canoe EIT, which is a pretty great fund. I just think it's so boring, which is not a bad thing, but I just feel like, we might be in this bull market for quite a while, and not only am I giving up yield, but even like share price appreciation, it doesn't, I mean, over time it's done pretty good, but like it's just such a slow mover that I'm thinking of diversifying into other funds and ETFs just to boost the yield and potentially boost the long-term capital gains exposure. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Those are just the funds I'm thinking of, kind of spreading it into C-Day. A lot of what I have is in a non-registered account, so that would be why. And then HHIS, and then HDiv, I would say is kind of comparable to Canoe, just a higher yield. So, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. A lot of new funds coming out too, so who knows? Might be some better options by the time next year comes around. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and we'll catch you in the next video.